Fuji, race 5. I said my last video was race 5. It was race 4. This is my 5th and final race at Fuji for the season 3, week 2. And I can't be sorry to see it leave. I set actually a pretty decent lap. I was in the 142.7 for me. Um, Decent for me. But that was only good enough to get me into 10th place. At which point I'm thinking, oh no, I'm in the thick of it. I am. This is not where you want to sit during a race start because it seems like all of the accidents happen uh, right around the mid pack here. But good news is I'm on the inside, and let's see how things go. I get a great launch, honestly, and I'm already catching up to the driver in front of me, who is driving super slow for some reason. I'm not sure what he's doing. Is he? It is Sunday. Maybe he's on a Sunday drive, but I lose a bunch of places because he's so slow into this turn, and I'm stuck behind him. So okay, down the straightaway, I'm in 12th position. I have lost 2 places already. Very frustrating. All right, but you know what? It's our last race, and we've decided we are just going to do it. We're just going to race. We're going to have fun, and just get through it. I see Rafa is here, 13th. He's right behind me. Rafa is from the last race. He was there too. We go 3 wide into this turn. I give plenty of room because I don't want to be involved in what other shenanigans that's going to be. I'm bound into 13th place now, right behind Josh Martin. Josh very slow into that turn. I see the accidents happening. I swing wide. I just want to get through this without a problem. I make my way up to 12th position. Rafa and I pass Josh Martin in that little collision there. I hear a car going off, so you're going to see a car off the track right there, and in a collision as Josh Martin just careens into him. People have to observe the yellow flag and slow down and be careful, man. Like, if you don't see it coming, slow down. You're better off giving that position than just hitting the accelerator. All right, so down the main straight, I am in 11th position at this point, and I am 0.3 seconds behind Philip in front of me. Not willing to risk going for it quite yet at this point, but I do kind of feint to the inside here. And it turns out I brake much later than he does. I'm able to get a good run done. We're drag racing down. It's a decent pass on my part. Through turn 1 and 2. Into turn 3, I solidify that pass. Very happy with how that's gone. Back in 10th place. All right. Let's fight our way up to the front. I think I can catch up to Rafa in front of me, who is only 9/10 ahead of me. And I feel really good about my pace at this point, so we're going to fight our way up there and see what goes on. Decent exit out of that turn. That's going to close up another 10th to Rafa. And here we come into Sector 3. This race is full of excitement, I promise you. So, Sector 3, I have closed up to 5/10 to Rafa. Now I'm feeling really confident about this. Okay, we are going to make a pass happen at some point. Drop back down to 7/10, 8/10. Cautiously through this area, as this is where everybody goes off the road. You saw the accident earlier. Rafa swings wide. I go to the inside. I get that move done. I'm ahead of him, but he gets the inside, does a good job making that turn, and gets it back. So well done. It causes me to fall kind of into Philip's hands. I'm a 10th behind Philip. I slide in behind Rafa, trying to draft off of him. Gonna swing into the inside. Trying to get this move done. Start braking at about the 150 mark. And Rafa just decides to crash into me. Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand why he decided to do that. If you look, and let me give you the chase cam, but if you look, I am making that turn. I am ahead of him. I'm going to make the turn, and he just acts like I don't exist. Big sigh on my part. I get back in the race. I'm in 15th position. Thrilled. I can tell you, thrilled with how that has gone. So now we're saying, okay, well, fine. It's our final race. Whatever. Let's see what we can catch. Let's see what we can catch back up to. Maybe we can get something done here. And I will tell you that while this race does not go particularly great for me, I see this accident happen. Swing to the outside, seeing exactly what's going to happen there. It gives me 13th place. While this race doesn't go particularly great for me, I am proud of what I accomplish here, as you'll see very soon. Behind me, Miguel, 2.5 seconds back. I am 3.3 seconds to Guillerme? I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Guillerme Roveras. Let's just call him Roveras. To Roveras in front of me. 3.5 seconds to him. 2.5, 2.6 behind me. So, okay, let's see if we can't catch this group, who we are, I think, faster than. So let's see what happens. I'm going to fast forward through part of this so we can just get caught up here. Because this is the part of the race that, while I'm fast forwarding through, I'm actually pretty excited about. A driver has gone off the road, needed to go into the pits. That has put me into 12th position. But I am gaining on these guys. I am now 2.2, then 1.8 coming down the straightaway here. Back to 2.3 as they get the draft and I don't. I'm working on catching the pack here, and I'm doing a pretty good job. I am now 1 second behind Connor because these guys are battling. And let's see how this all plays out. Okay, so less than a second to Connor in front of me. I have fought my way back from 15th to 12th. Maybe I can get up into 11th. In front of Connor is Gabriel, probably. Yeah, not a great exit out of there. I'm still a second behind Connor. And as I come out of this, I'm a second behind him, which means I can get a draft. The draft here is pretty far back. It goes pretty far back. I'd love to be closer. He's getting a draft off the driver in front of him, and he's a little closer. But it's kind of towing me along here. Still a long way back. He's now 1.2 seconds ahead of me. I see he's looking to go to the inside there, so I know that that's going to slow them down considerably. I'm now 0.8 behind Gabriel, who has been passed by Connor. And I'm 3.5 seconds ahead of Caleb behind me, so I'm making good time here. Good exit out of there. Brings me into 4/10 to Gabriel. Gabriel, like, hits the brakes there and goes to the inside, which forces me to brake and then go to the outside, nearly causing an accident. Actually, I want to back that up so you can see what that looks like from my position. Here's what it looks like. He brakes. That's fine. I'm going to go. But, like, he slows down even further. Like, I didn't understand what he was doing. Meanwhile, driver off the road there. Second driver on my left, who had also been involved in that accident, gives me 10th place. All right. Cool. We have fought our way up to 10th place. We know we can catch Gabriel in front of us. Let's just do it. Not a problem, right? Right. We are on lap 6, so we got plenty of time to catch these guys in front of us and at least make a showing of it. And honestly, you know, if I can make that happen, I'll feel pretty good about how I've been driving. Driver goes off the road there. I cut in, gaining another position. I'm now in 9th place. Go to the inside here. Gabriel loses control of his car. Now, I was very frustrated at this point. Let me back this up and show you from the trailing car view. I was very frustrated at this point with that driver, but upon watching it back, you can see he loses the car and it's sliding, and that's why he clips me. So all of the work I have done, I have screwed up. And here I make another mistake. I wait for him to go by, I get on the track, but I nearly cause Luis to have an accident, and it's an unsafe join on my part, and I feel really bad about it. I actually radioed him and said, hey, I'm really sorry about that. I didn't see you back there. I just saw Cameron. I don't know if you can see the radio call, but Luis, it's okay, and thanked me for apologizing. So now I'm back in 16th place. All the work I have done has been lost, and I'm going to skip to the next lap. Okay, so here we are, lap 8. I am still behind Luis. I am closing in on him, but here's the thing. I nearly caused Luis to have an accident earlier when I unsafely joined, and I don't want to do that to him. If I'm going to get a pass done on Luis, it's going to be a very clean pass with no kind of diving or anything. I feel bad enough at what's happened. Driver up ahead has gone off the road, rejoins. Can't really complain too much about him. That's Gabrielle, who hit me earlier. Can't really complain about a nearly unsafe rejoin. His was probably safer than mine. And here's the thing, like, as my wife said to me, well, he's probably learning, Gabrielle. I say, yeah, we're all learning at this level. So at a certain point, you got to just have a little bit of patience. But I am trying to drive a little bit harder than I have in the past, and maybe that's part of my problem here. Here I close in really close to Luis. I'm at 0.4 seconds behind him. Half a second behind him now. Closing that gap. In some ways, I'm hoping to just pressure Luis so that he makes a mistake, and then I don't have to worry about necessarily passing him in a frightening way. But I get a good run out of that. Another driver lost control, so now we're up to 14th position. I am half a second behind Luis, getting dragged along behind him in his draft. Opening the gap to Gabrielle a little bit. I'm 0.4, 0.3, 0.2 seconds behind him. I need to make something happen here. I start braking. I'm going to, again, be cautious just because I am very aware of this driver and what I've done to him in the past. All right, lap 9. Really, really slowed down there, which nearly caused me to collide with him. So I'm going to try to get this move done here, and I do. I go to the inside. I've been hit here before by somebody trying to go to the inside, so I'm a little cautious there, but I get that move done. And you can see I've solidified it. I'm about a second ahead of Luis at this point. Gabrielle is 1.5 seconds behind me, so he's on Luis back there. All right, my next objective is Cameron in P12, who's 3.1 seconds ahead of me. You see him in the yellow and red car up ahead there. I've not lost sight of the pack, so I'm continuing to just try to work some magic here, get some closure, and get closer. I'm 2.5 seconds to Cameron as we enter this. Luis, less than a second behind me, 0.8. Gabrielle behind him, 1.7 behind me. Still 2.5 behind Cameron. Both took that corner pretty well. Screw that up a little bit, lose a little bit of time to him there. However, Luis has fallen back significantly. over half a second there, and boom. I don't know if you saw that, but I'm going to back this up, go to the next driver, and let's give you a view of what occurs here. He comes around the corner, loses it. I see him slam into the wall. That's probably the end of his race. Yeah, I can see he's got a blown tire there. He's going to have to call it. He's got wheel damage. Yeah, he's done. Which gives me 12th position, with Luis and Gabriel still behind me a significant amount. I'm now focused ahead to Guilherme Roveres. Let's just call him Roveres. I'm butchering his first name. And Roveres there, 7 seconds ahead of me, so quite a distance to close up. But I have fought back from 16th position to 12th, gaining 1 point of iRating at this point. If the race were to end here, we are on lap 10, about to enter lap 11, so there will only be 5 laps left. Not thrilled with the way things are going. Hopefully there's something up ahead that causes an issue. Cameron is in the pits there behind me. I just saw him. I'm opening up the gap to about 2.1 to Gabriel behind me. All right, so in my head, I'm thinking, well, you know, this race is kind of shot at this point. I've only I started in 10th. I'm probably going to end in 12th, unless I can close up something to Philip in front of me, who has been passed by Roveres. I am 7.5 seconds behind me. Excuse me, Miguel. But something has happened up ahead. I can see the gap closing up suddenly, and we have a driver off the road. And I have now been able to take that position. So now I'm in 11th place. All right. Driver's behind me, 2 seconds. Let's fast forward through some of this, as there's a bit of a train here for the next few laps. Still in 11th position as we're in lap 12, wrapping up lap 12, entering lap 13, and I'm now in 10th position because a driver up ahead has had to enter the pits for some reason. Right here, I can see he's had an accident or something, and he has entered the pits, and I am now in 10th place. All right, so 10th place, you know, back where I started. Back where I started. All that effort just to get back where I started. We're going to do lap 12. You can see how far behind I am. Almost 8 seconds behind the driver in front of me. I'm going to skip forward a lap. Entering lap 14. I'm still in 10th place. I have a 3.6 second gap behind me, 8 second gap in front of me. Unless something changes, nothing's going to change. I'm in 10th place. Entering lap 15. I have a 4 second gap behind me, a 7.9 second gap in front of me, 8 second now. And I'm just going to try to bring it home, probably in 10th position. I just need to stay ahead of Gabriel behind me, which is probably very easy to do. Unlikely he would close up a 3.5 second gap unless I make a mistake. So let's just settle the car, drive it how we need to. Don't worry about flooring it. There's garbage all over the track. Just going to bring it home safely. I have a 4 second lead on Gabriel at this moment. He's clearly not pushing as hard as he can either. I am feeling the tires go a little bit, so I'm being just a little more cautious. I am 7.8 seconds behind Philip, not catching him. Taking it fairly easy through the final straights. Spoiler alert, going to end this in 10th position. Okay, so what does this do to our results? As we look at our results here, we started in 10th place and ended in 10th place, although it was quite the journey to get there. I did set a 142.136 as my fastest lap. My average lap was around 144. That includes the going off the track and the accidents I was involved in where appropriate. And I had 5 incident points. So I ended up gaining 0.03 safety rating. Again, not too worried about that. Gain 18 I rating, bringing me up to 1464. Again, I was at 1500 at the beginning of the week. I have lost that. But I'm also learning a lot. And of all the races I did this week, this is probably the one I'm most proud of, even though I did have an accident that threw me off, and then a follow-up accident that threw me off. I gained back a lot of places, and some of that through driver error ahead of me, but it shows me that I was not making the errors. I was staying on the track. That's half the battle sometimes. And this is a track where it can be very difficult to stay on it if you're not handling it right. So not the best week of iRacing. It's given me a lot of introspection, a lot of thinking about how things are going. And we'll see how next week goes at Imola, because that is a track I'm fairly comfortable with. I need to do some practicing. Haven't done it in a while. But it's also a track I find a lot of fun. But there's a big difference between the people that are racing at the top splits and what I'm racing down here, including myself. I include myself in that group. Like, we are all learning. We are making mistakes. You saw the mistake I made pulling out unsafe entry. All we can do is try to be nice to those around us and fight hard. So, okay. So that's going to end Monza for me. And we will see you next week at Imola. Thanks for watching.